Welcome to Grammar Grade 7. This is Unit 9, Lesson 51, and we're staying with subject-verb agreement. Last time, we matched verbs to subjects sitting right next to them. Today, the subject plays hide-and-seek. It hides behind prepositional phrases, it slips after the verb, and it ducks behind helping verbs in questions. Our job is to locate the real subject every time. Let's get started. Let's pick up right where we left off. A verb still has to agree with its true subject. But here is the wrinkle we tackle today. Other words often sneak in between the subject and the verb, and they try to tug the verb the wrong way. The rule itself does not change. You match the verb to the subject, not to the nearest noun you happen to see. So the very first move, every single time, is to find the real subject. Let's watch this happen. Take the sentence. The box of chocolates is empty. How many things are we really talking about? One box. The words of chocolates form a prepositional phrase, and they slip right in between the subject and the verb. Cross them out in your mind and ignore that phrase completely. The real subject is box, singular. So the verb has to be is, not are. Chocolates may be plural, but chocolates is only the object of the preposition. The box is empty. Here's another one. The players on the team are ready. Watch that middle again. On the team is a prepositional phrase, and they slip right in between the subject and the verb. So we cross it out and set it aside. Team is singular, and it sits closest to the verb, so it's tempting, but team is only the object of the preposition. The true subject is players, and players is plural. That means the verb is are, not is. The players are ready. Let's name the trap directly, because it catches almost everyone. The noun sitting nearest to the verb is a trap. Very often, that nearby noun is just the object of a preposition, dressed up to look like the subject. Look here. A crate of oranges is fresh. Oranges is plural, and it sits right next to the verb, so your ear wants are. But oranges is only the object of. Cover the phrase, and the subject appears. Crate, singular. So the verb is. A crate is fresh, no matter how many oranges are inside. Now for a sneaky pattern. When a sentence begins with here or there, the subject hides after the verb. Look, here is the book. Your subject is not here. Here can never be the subject. The subject is book, one book, so the verb is. Now compare. There are two cats. There is not the subject either. The subject is cats, and there are two of them, so the verb is are. Whenever you see here or there out front, jump past the verb and find the real subject behind it. Questions play the same trick. In a question, a helping verb jumps out in front of the subject. Take, does your brother know? The helper does comes first, but it is not the subject. The subject is brother, sitting right behind the helper. To hear it clearly, unflip the question into a statement. Your brother does know. Now brother lines up with does, singular with singular. So even in a question, you find the subject and match the verb to it. Let's fold all of this into one quick routine. First, find the verb. Then ask who or what is really doing it. That is your subject. Second, cross out any prepositional phrase that's squeezed in between the subject and the verb. Third, if the sentence starts with here or there, or if the sentence is a question, look after the verb to find the subject. Do those three things and you will always match the verb to the real subject. Let's practice together. In this first set, each sentence hides its subject behind other words. Find the true subject, then choose the verb that agrees with it. Watch out for those prepositional phrases. Pause the video and try each one before I reveal the answer. The basket of ripe apples blank on the table. Don't let apples fool you. Of ripe apples is just a prepositional phrase. The real subject is basket, one basket, so the verb needs its S. So the answer is sits. There blank several loud crows in the field. Remember, when a sentence starts with there, the subject comes after the verb. The subject is crows, and there are several of them, so it is plural. So the answer is are. The students in the back row blank the question. The phrase in the back row slips between the subject and the verb, so cross it out. The subject is students, more than one, so the verb stays plain, with no S. So the answer is answer. This set mixes in here and there sentences and questions. Find the subject wherever it is hiding, then pick the verb that agrees. Pause and choose before I answer. The bouquet of white roses blank wonderful. Of white roses is a prepositional phrase, so set it aside. The subject is bouquet, just one, so it takes the S. So the answer is smells. Here blank the keys to the front door. The word here is never the subject, so jump past the verb. The subject is keys, and keys is plural, so the verb is are. So the answer is are. Blank your cousins from Ohio visit every summer. This is a question, so unflip it. Your cousins do visit. The subject is cousins, more than one, so the helping verb is do, not does. So the answer is do. Let's gather up what we learned. A verb always agrees with its real subject, even when other words come between them. So ignore any prepositional phrase that sneaks in. The verb agrees with the true subject, never with the object of the preposition. In sentences that begin with here or there, the subject hides after the verb. And in questions, a helping verb jumps to the front, but you still match the verb to the subject behind it. Find the real subject first, and the verb falls right into place. Wonderful work today. I'll see you in the next lesson.